Welcome! I want to share with you what changes decoding can cause on combination padlocks over time. When I'm leaving the house, I usually carry a combination padlock with me, so that I can have something to play with when I'm getting bored. For example, when I'm using the public transportation. When I'm going to work and come back, I usually have time to decode a combination padlocks about 10 times. And it's really interesting to see how the behavior of a combination padlock changes over time when you decode it many times. This lock, for example, I'm using maybe for 2 weeks now for decoding, and it changed quite a lot. In the beginning it was just like every other normal combination padlocks with false gates. You pull on the shackle, currently the right code is entered, you pull on the shackle, you change all the wheels to get them in a gate, false or true, and then you try to feel the difference between true and false gate and decode wheel by wheel. Not the case anymore with this lock, because now only the first two, maybe the third wheel, can bind or do bind in the beginning, and then when the first two wheels are set, the third and the fourth wheel needs to be set independently from 1 and 2. So the binding state has changed a lot, and also the lock feels really scratchy when you turn the wheels under tension, and it's easily understandable because when you pull on the shackle and turn the wheel, you cause a lot of wear on the tooth and on the inner wheels because of this kind of operation. Other than that, the lock is still full functioning, but I wanted to exchange this lock now and use another lock to decode, because I wanted to feel fresh feedback, and so I grabbed this one. It's a lock that I have not yet decoded a lot, maybe about 10 times after I received it. But when I decoded it just recently, I found something really interesting, and I want to show you that. Currently 3141 is set, and that's the right code, so the lock opens up, no problem. But when I decoded it, I found that also other numbers would open the lock, and that was really interesting to see. So not at 8. Seems that the few times of decoding has changed the internals of this lock so much that the false gates have become wider now, and the lock or the shackle can be pulled out even on false gates. Not on every position, but on many. And not only for the last number this is the case, but also for, not last number, last wheel, but also for other wheels this is the case. Let's see, here for example, let's turn it back to the right number, and let's check second wheel. It's a little bit hard to turn because the shackle does not come out all the way it would usually do, and then this little piece here scratches along the surface of the outer ring. Not only that the lock now opens on many different codes, it also tends to lose its set code. Sometimes the last wheel's real number changes when I lock up the lock and decode it, then it opens up nicely on a different code, and it seems like that the last wheel has problems tightly connecting inner and outer wheel, and so this lock is not only unsecure because it opens on many different combinations, but it's also unreliable because the code can change, and you lock up something with your lock, you come back and try to set the right code, but the right code has changed because of changing the wheel's position internally, and so you are locked out. Pretty funny what impact decoding can actually have, not only that the lock feels different when you decode it, the binding state changes, but also that the lock can really become unsecure by having so much wear on the internals that the inner wheels, or that the false gates on the inner wheels become so wide that you can pull out the shackle also even if you haven't set the right code. And also that the lock becomes unreliable because the right code is not right anymore when you try to open up this lock again. So this shows one more time that decoding and picking should only be done on locks that are not in use and on which you don't rely on. Other than that, I hope you found this interesting and enjoyable. Yeah, and hope to see you on the next video. Cheers and bye bye.